This is called From Patu to Pen, and it talks about a lot of the changes that have gone on within the Māori culture from the times of old until the times of now. It's one of the earlier pieces that I wrote, and I thought I'll jam it here because I was going through the Ngāti Toa exhibition, the Ngāti Toa exhibition, and I saw that they had an exhibition there actually called From Patu to Pen, talks about a lot of the same kōrero and stuff. I did not copy that, by the way, I ripped mine first. Ane. I pick up my pen in the blind attempt of trying to write one of these rhyme and remedies like my ancestors were forced to pick up a weapon and go to war to smite the enemy. Back then, it was about whose weapon and war was swifter. These days, it's about who has the linguistic ability to bullet points and talk swifter. We've come from our own economic system of take, utu and air, to living with loans on our homes and no ways to clear this debt up. We've come from ngā kite wānanga o tāne to an education, from a wānanga only being acknowledged as qualifications from university, from separate iwi with our own cultures to ngai Māori slowly but surely forced to merge, losing our unique diversity. We've come from a time where Papa Tuanuku was cherished to now when Papa and our surrounding environment are blatantly neglected. We threw arena in the arena of Tongarewa and watched as he was poisonously infected. We drew holes deep into our mother. We chopped down our brother's forest, and still we have the nerve to wonder why Rua Umoko was under this earth, quaking on us. We were once of this land, physical and spiritual natives. Now we're just on this land, all day hooked on Facebook and YouTube, consumed digital natives. Must I remind you that we are the first generation to be plagued with technologies of this sort, as we bite the bad fruits of the blackberry bushes and Apple products while being ripped off. We try to buy things with the cash they provide us with in this economic system and get forced to put it on HP or they'll get crossed. We've come from tikanga and kawa, to etiquette and morality, from fishing trips to fish and chips and bakeries, from living as a collective in pa to an urbanized individualistic society, from having rangatiratanga to having to constantly remind this government of te tiriti o waitangi. And on that, this world of pen and paper witchcraft and trickery is heavy to toll. Sign this, read that, learn this, write that, forget what you know, because if it's not in writing, then it's senselessly trying to claim fact, like how Captain Cook recorded in a book that he discovered New Zealand way back, but anyone who knows the real history of Aotearoa knows based on the name that only Kupe can claim that. But what's a culture of oral traditions to a culture that refuses to listen? A people who have eyes but won't use them to see past what's written, a nation that lacks vision, a generation that's educated to lack wisdom. Read this, learn that, forget what you know, keep your opinions to a minimum because people don't want to know. Go to class, make sure you pass, believe there's truth in what you're told. We've come from having mana to chasing a rep and a swag, from haka to spitting raps, from being warriors to getting patched in gangs and becoming soldiers. People who are blatantly lying in the music and in the media could have once been great orators or composers. I'm not saying that positive development and progression hasn't occurred within New Zealand. I'm simply posing the question, in accordance with whose cultural values, ideologies and perspectives, because it sure wasn't ours. Most of the time when I speak, I can't even get a tihai mauri ora in support of that. People are too busy trying to click like or snap and clap. What's up with that?